Low down payment options are huge in a market where you're talking about an average purchase price being $400,000. It can almost feel impossible to be able to save $12,000 to $24,000 to be able to cover your down payment and closing costs. I get it. I promise I do. I talk to people every single day that just simply don't have it. And because they haven't had it, they've been locked out of the housing market. But there are lots of options that are on the market. 100% financing, no mortgage insurance. And I want to talk a little bit about the things that nobody is actually telling you about these loan products. Of course, you've heard of USDA 100% financing loan option, and my personal favorite, the VA, which has 100% financing and no mortgage insurance, along with very flexible debt to income ratio guidelines and minimal credit score requirements. However, how does those same features in a different loan product translate to you qualifying to be able to take advantage of it? Let's first just talk about the elephant in the room. This 1% conventional loan or 100% financing option that sounds great, and it sounds like it's the thing that you've been waiting for. Does it really exist for everybody? No, it doesn't. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why. So thing number one, credit score. The credit score requirement for an FHA loan, 580. Credit score requirement for a VA borrower doesn't exist because they don't have one. Credit score requirement for USDA loan is, I think, a 640 to be able to qualify. Credit score requirement for all these other programs that's advertising 100% financing or maybe like 1% down is going to be more than what the FHA or VA is offering you. The reason is because they have to offset the risk of you not having what we call skin in the game. So if you haven't put any money in, they're going to have to say, well, hold on, how are we going to offset this? We need to make the credit score requirements a little bit higher. That's the first thing that I want you all to keep in mind whenever you see 100% financing, get it now. The second thing is, what are the debt to income ratio requirements? So the debt to income ratio is how much money you earn monthly in your gross income compared to how much money you have going out every month as seen on your credit report, plus the projected mortgage payment. So with FHA, super flexible, it goes up to 55 or 56%. With the VA, there is no limit at all. I actually have pre-approved somebody with a 63% debt to income ratio. USDA is significantly more restrictive though. USDA's maximum for the housing ratio is 29%, and USDA's maximum whole total debt ratio is 41, including the mortgage payment, your car payment, and your minimum monthly debts in terms of whatever it is you have on your credit report. Again, they have to make that pool of people a lot smaller. That is the same way that any other 100% financing or 1% down loan is going to work. It's going to minimize their risk to make sure that you're not getting in over your head. Let's talk about your purchase price. FHA absolutely has county loan limits in every single county, but you still can get a pretty good sized purchase price with that. Most recently, I believe that the FHA, I don't know what the FHA limit, so I forgot. I have to look it up and I'll put it in here below. But it has increased from last year, and you should be able to get a pretty decent house based on those FHA loan limits. The VA, no loan limit whatsoever. If you are a first-time borrower and you have never used your entitlement, you could buy $1 million house if you qualify for it, okay? And then USDA, because it is meant for low to moderate income buyers, then that means that, of course, they're gonna adjust the purchase price accordingly based on whatever the area is. As for all these other loan products, again, they're gonna mimic exactly what USDA has done. More often than not, those 100% financing options, 1% down options that are really designed to really help, they're there to help the people that need it the most. So they're probably going to have a restriction on the purchase price of the home. as well as the income that the borrower has to have to be able to qualify. So again, these are things that nobody ever tells you about when you see the big headlines on social media or hear it from your realtor. You've got to figure out, do I qualify for this? And if I don't qualify, then what am I going to do as an alternate option? You never want that to be your first choice because you've automatically assumed that it's something that you would be able to qualify for. I'm not saying that you don't qualify for it. I'm just pointing out the obvious that, guys, if it was that easy for everybody to get a house, everybody would have one, would they not? There are requirements that you have to be able to meet. And the most important factor, unfortunately, in this country right now is how much money do you have. That's it. You are buying a product. You are buying a home. And in order to be able to buy something, you have to have the money to be able to, one, buy it, and two, afford it. And so there is no magic product that's going to come on the market that's just going to allow you to go out, buy $1 million house with no money, and have any type of debt to income ratio unless you are a veteran. That is a cold, hard fact. Another thing that nobody ever tells you that severely impacts your affordability with these loan products that I just described, I'm not talking about FHA, I'm not talking about VA, I'm not talking about USDA. I'm talking about anything that is alternative to that allows you to have similar features in that loan product that they have created. 9 times out of 10, including down payment assistance, you are going to have a much higher interest rate. So when you couple the higher interest rate with the higher loan amount, with the lower debt to income ratio allowances, I don't know if you're going to be able to fit in the criteria that's necessary for you to find the home of your dreams in the area that you live in. If y'all have heard of any of these loan products in your area, can you drop a yes below? I'm just curious to know if it's something that you've heard about, something that you've seen, that you wondered if you qualified for. All right, guys. Well, I hope that information was helpful for you. I just wanted to provide some context to you seeing some of the things that you've been seeing. 100% financing, 1% down. It's always going to come with some sort of strings attached that's going to significantly shrink the pool of people that are actually going to be qualified for that. Doesn't mean that you're not qualified for it, but I do want you to go in with an open mind and also a deeper understanding of who and how you could qualify. If this was helpful, make sure you subscribe to my channel for future information. And also, if you'd like for me to help you get pre-approved for a loan, all of my contact information will be below. Y'all have a great day.